First at 5, check out this rare sight across the Big Bend, snow. It didn't last long, but those flurries coming down fast at times. Many kids seeing snow for the first time today. Others, not so young perhaps, feeling like kids again.
In South Georgia, the brunt of the storm hit with snow easily covering the ground. This the scene in Hayhira today. The entire town in awe, making snowballs. Folks saying it's been decades since snow has lined the streets and the shops downtown.
This evening, you can see a much different picture. This is the scene on Interstate 10 right now. The conditions are clear, the sun shining once again, and traffic flowing smoothly. But earlier, the interstate was off limits along with a lot of other roads, bridges, and overpasses.
Yeah, I-10 was shut down from Leon County east to Suwannee, more than 75 miles, and that complicated the morning commute.
It was especially frustrating for some truckers. Many semis, you may have seen them parked along the roadsides here, waiting for a green light to get back on the interstate. A lot of the drivers tell us they get paid by the mile, so if they're not moving, they're not making money.
This here's, I'm laughing about this one because we could have went down the interstate. I mean, the experience we have, some of us drivers out here, we've been in worse.
Other motorists trying to find alternate routes on local roads, stretches of I-10 opening throughout the day. It fully reopened at about 3 o'clock this afternoon.
One group not complaining about this snow day, the students out there.
Oh yeah, a lot of school districts opting to cancel school today. Tiffany Lewis checked in with Leon County leaders. Tiffany, the big question now, are students going to have to make up this snow day?
Julie Eden, Leon County School Superintendent Rocky Hanna telling me that with the week off students had from the hurricane and now this winter weather day, Leon County might be getting close to the maximum hours allowed off, and they might have to extend some early release days later in the year. But trust me, that thought was far from students' minds today. I caught up with some of them who were definitely enjoying the extra time off. For many students in the Big Bend, Wednesday was supposed to be their first day back at school after winter break. But instead, they spent the day enjoying winter weather.
Chillaxing.
Leon County's first winter weather holiday in years.
So what did you think yesterday when you found out that you were going to get the day off?
Oh, I got really excited.
Bringing with it new experiences.
That's the first time I've ever seen snow in my life, and it was an amazing experience.
Some embraced the cold and spent their day off outside.
He's chasing around the birds, I'm climbing trees.
And others bounced away some energy at Sky Zone.
I'm having lots of fun today.
A few students ready to get back into the normal swing of things.
Are you ready to go back to school tomorrow?
Yeah.
Others, not so much.
Are you excited to go back at all, or?
Nope.
No.
And some students already counting down the days until their next day off.
Once I go to school, I only have 2 days of school, and then it's the weekend, and I'll have 2 days of no school.
Trying to enjoy every last minute of their winter vacations. Now, Leon County schools will reopen tomorrow, but a number of those surrounding counties are still closed. 3 counties, Taylor, Lafayette, and Hamilton County, will be closed Thursday. Guys, back to you.
Okay, Tiffany, a lot of fun being had
Right?
out there, even though it was just a dusting of snow.
Did you see that one kid? He almost fell over backwards trying to catch snowflakes on his tongue.
That's the key, though. That's fun to try.
That's what it's about. The ice and snow is gone now. We've been greeted with some winter sunshine instead. Mike McCall, wow, the big question is what's going to happen next?
Well, now it gets colder. I know you can't say cold because we've already been cold, but it's about to get colder. Part of this, we can blame this system twice for all the stuff we had today. And as it moves up the east coast of the United States, it's going to turn into a major nor'easter, but the flow around that is going to drag a couple more shots of some cold air down our way. And you can see it was interesting to say the least. And for a lot of us, it was fun. For some of us, not so much, especially if you had to deal with the ice. But all this stuff is long gone. We are back into the drier air. I wanted to show you this real quick. This was just a view from the water tank cam in Valdosta. Just watch. This is just a little 2-hour period this morning. You can watch how the snow all of a sudden just goes into a nice little burst. And we'll have another view of this coming up in just a few minutes. But talking about the cold air, that's going to be a problem. We are talking about not only a wind chill advisory, but also a hard freeze warning in effect for the area. Right now, we're only in the low to mid 40s, but we are headed for a couple of mornings. That's right, maybe 2 or 3 perhaps in the low to mid 20s. I'll get more specific on that forecast just a couple more minutes.
So the winter blast not over yet.
Right? Don't put the coats and mittens and hats away, that's for sure.
All right, Mike, we'll see you soon. Stay with us for continuing coverage of this wintry weather. Next half hour, we'll check in on travel at the Tallahassee airport, update you on conditions in a report from Live Oak, and share more of your snow photos. We have lots of those on our website as well and our Facebook page.
Now to continuing coverage in the murder of an FSU law professor. 2 defendants accused of killing Dan Markell are expected to stand trial later this year. Court documents link the family of Markell's ex-wife to his murder, but as Mike Vasalinda tells us, more arrests are not yet expected.
Renowned FSU law professor Dan Markell was gunned down in his driveway in July 2014. Almost 2 years later, police arrested 2 Miami men and accused them of murdering Markell for money. One of the 2, Luis Rivera, cut a deal. He implicated co-defendant Sigfrido Garcia and his girlfriend, Katie Magbanawa.
Going to cooperate and testify truthfully. Do you understand that?
Sir.
Magbanawa was arrested in October 2016. She's accused of brokering the hit for Markell's ex-wife's family. On Wednesday, her trial was set for this October.
No, she hasn't seen her kids, and it is, you can imagine what it must be like to be incarcerated for this long.
Prosecutors had hoped that after Rivera confessed, and with Magbanawa facing life without her 2 children, she would flip and testify to prosecutors' theory that the hit money came from the ex-wife's family.
Is it still your hope that she perhaps becomes the state's witness?
That would be lovely, but I have little hope of that.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Asked if more arrests were likely, prosecutors said no comment. An attorney for the family of the slain professor says in a statement, with this latest delay, the Markells remain in agony. Dan, their only son, was stolen from them more than 3 years ago. Throughout this horror, the Markells remain hopeful that they will one day see their grandsons again and that justice will be achieved. Mike Vasalinda, WCTV Eyewitness News, Tallahassee.
Garcia is now set to stand trial in July, and Magbanawa's trial just set today for October.
Major news from Tallahassee City Hall today. Leaders accepting the resignation of city manager Ric Fernandez. It comes after nearly 2 months he was on paid administrative leave. Fernandez was the target of an ethics investigation. He's accused of accepting football tickets at a discount from a city vendor.
Capital City correspondent Marielle Carbone is live at City Hall right now with more on this afternoon's vote. Marielle?
Julie Eden, that decision, it came unanimously, and now Fernandez is effective immediately that he is now officially resigned. They say at this point now it's just time to move on. Now, as part of that resignation agreement, Fernandez will receive a $94,000 severance package as well as his retirement benefits. Now, the city attorney calling the agreement fair and a compromise, although some community members criticizing the dollar amount. Still, the commission is saying it was the right call.
You can't even put a price tag on what it would have meant for the turmoil of the government, the continued cloud that could have had the impact of inhibiting really good work from taking place. And so I do think it was important that we got this resolved.
Now, the commission did toss around a few names for a new interim city manager, including former city manager Anita Favors, but ultimately they decided to keep deputy city manager Reese Goad in that position for now. Now, the next steps, finding a new city manager, they plan to discuss that more at their annual retreat, which is set for next week on Wednesday at the Tallahassee Airport. Reporting live from City Hall, Marielle Carbone, WCTV Eyewitness News.
Certainly a lot to talk about at that retreat next week. Okay, Marielle, thank you.
And still to come on Eyewitness News at 5, it's not too late to get your shot. We are moving now into peak flu season.
One group says nursing homes need to do more to protect seniors from the virus. That's our health alert next, but first a look at how our morning crew reacted to the weather this morning.
Check out the snow. All right, Rob Nucatola, what do you think of the snow, buddy?
Finally here. You've been waiting for so long and you finally get some.
Yes, indeed. It's coming down pretty heavy, right?
No question
Look
about
at
it.
this. Woo!
No question about it.
This looks like New York.
Well, this is a pretty big place.
Hey man, we got snowflakes out here. Denise, what do you think?
No, you're lying. It's really freaking snowing.
No, it's definitely snowing. Aubrey, what do you think?
That's amazing.